Hey there, didn't see you. Sorry, I've been so busy with my life lately. Haven't had the opportunity to update you guys. So recently I just started school in SMU. I see a couple of girls over there. Let's see what are they doing now.
Oh my god, girl, what are you doing? I'm taking a photo for my Tinder date profile.
Oh my god, let us see.
Yeah. Is this okay?
Oh, I think it's okay, but maybe you should use the dog filter since you're gonna be his bitch anyway.
I mean, but why not go for the no filter though? Since guys are going for that these days.
I think I'll go with the no filter one because like natural makes more sense and like don't I will show like my face and my body. So I think it's like more natural. Okay. Is this like really too much of my skin or is it like just nice? I think this is just
I
good.
think it's alright.
What about my face? Is it okay?
Yeah, look good.
You're looking great, girl. Okay. Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Wow, girls these days are trying so hard to be on Tinder. They obviously don't know what works best lah. Ask me, right? Maybe I should give them a piece of my mind. Yeah, I think a video guide for girls on Tinder will attract a lot of views, right? You will watch, right? Okay. I should probably do some research on this upcoming series so I can sound more sophisticated and cheap. I think this series will be called Tinker My Tinder. Hey Marcus, you use Tinder, right? So what kind of girls are you looking for on Tinder?
For someone pretty, cute, if he has a hot body, will be a bonus.
So what other kind of personality do you think that this kind of girl should have?
Okay, she has to be domesticated, so she likes to cook, and maybe we can chill at home, watch movie during our free time. Most importantly, she has to like animals.
Hey Mel, you're on Tinder, huh?
What?
Why you swipe the guy away?
I look at him, he looks very short.
So what's wrong with being short?
I think his bio said that he was like 1.65 meters only. Then I'm like 1.68. He's like too short for me. Cannot like protect and provide for me.
Oh, so you want someone tall like me lah.
Okay, so based on what I've surveyed so far, it seems that there's some type of attribute that guys are looking out for on Tinder. Guys on Tinder seem to be only looking out for trophies, that is, having good physique and conforms to traditional notions of gender. So the women tend to show more of their body on Tinder to pander to such male preferences. Do men prefer women who are more traditional, such as the girl next door, or the domesticated type that makes sandwiches? What is it like from the perspective of women? Do men tend to display more of their body than women do? And so my first episode shall examine the influence of such gender roles on online dating. I shall examine whether it is true that women tend to show off more of their body than men do. I will also look at whether people prefer someone who conforms to his or her gender role stereotype. I'm thankful SMU's write resources for the purposes of this episode, however this is not a sponsored post, but I'm open to future collaborations. I managed to find two studies on this topic. The first discusses the phenomenon of facism, while the second study looks at whether gender role stereotypes affect attraction in online dating. Facism is a phenomenon whereby men have greater facial prominence than women do. The study is also based on a self-perception theory. This theory argues that self-perception is influenced by cultural influences on the individual, and thus individuals will try to present themselves in a way that is considered most desirable within the culture. So this study looks at whether men and women have internalized such gender stereotypes and unwittingly expressed them through online dating profiles. Based on the content analysis of profile pictures and demographic information from online dating sites in 7 countries, the study measured the facism scores for all 900 samples. Facism score refers to the distance of facial depiction from the top of the head to the lowest point of the chin, divided by the distance from the top of the head to the lowest visible part of the body. As a whole, the study did not find that gender affects facial prominence, but is this enough to debunk the myth that gender stereotypes influence online dating? No! Once age was factored in, the study found that among the younger population, women actually had higher facial prominence than men do, while it was the reverse of older groups. Japan is an exception to this finding because it's a Confucian society in which women have lower status and rigid gender role divisions. Women in Japan are also more sexually objectified and hence tend to show more of their bodies than women from Western countries. So for now, it seems that the facism phenomenon is not at play for the younger group, at least. The second study will look at the effect of gender stereotypes on online dating. The study has a sample size of 416 students and will show various profiles of the opposite sex. Half were gender congruent and the other half were gender incongruent. So what did the study find? The study found that men and women actually preferred the gender role incongruent profiles over the gender congruent profiles. This finding was more significant for women than men. So what does this mean for the myth that men prefer traditional girls? Although this study seems to contradict this myth, we need to bear in mind that the study was limited to Caucasian and African Americans, so it can't be sure whether the myth exists in a country like Singapore. So there you have it, folks. The general myth that gender roles influence online dating seems to be busted, at least for younger groups and amongst Caucasian and African Americans. Stay tuned to the next episode where I'll be interviewing students like you in Singapore to find out whether the myth is true for Singapore. Don't forget to like and subscribe.